Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know who this is. This is Ron, the freaking Don. Now, today, I'm so happy right now. I wanted to speak about the recent endorsement that RFK Jr. has gave Donald Trump. They say that RFK Jr., his vice presidential pick, running mate, Nicole Shannahan, has announced that they were going to drop out the race near the end of this week. Probably Friday or so, somewhere around the weekend. They were going to drop out the race and endorse Trump because she says, according to her, she says that an endorsement to Trump will be better than an endorsement to Harris, to Harris and Tim Walz, because allegedly reports have said that the DNC has been trying to take RFK Jr. off the ballot in the states of New York and Pennsylvania. That's what I call election interference from a party that is supposedly Democratic. They're supposed to be Democratic, but again, time and time again, they repeatedly show and prove that they are not Democratic. Besides trying to get RFK Jr. off the ballot in New York and Pennsylvania, and he's a Democrat, by the way. He's probably just not a woke far leftist Democrat, but I would say he's more of a moderate Democrat, like a John Kerry, Al Gore type Democrat from the 2000s during the Bush years. But Democrats do it to their own candidates. Anybody that's not on the mainstream agenda. That's not, more specifically, people that's not on the Biden-Harris plantation. Now you can say it's Harris and Walz. So now, since RFK Jr. has tried to speak to the Kamala campaign about working with her and working on her campaign, they snubbed him, just like they did for the primary. Just like the DNC did in the primary, the Kamala Harris campaign has snubbed him. And now it leaves no choice but to give his endorsement to Trump. And matter of fact, that is symbolic of what the woke far leftist has done to the moderates and the independents. They have, at this time, in this political climate, they have alienated the moderates and the independents. The same voter base that you need in order to win an election. They alienated us. They isolated themselves. Because anytime you don't agree with the far leftists, the woke leftists, 100% of the time on every single issue, they snub you. They smear you. They call you a Trump supporter, even though you may not be too fond of Trump. You may not agree with anything that Trump says, does, or any of his policies, but they'll label you as a Trump supporter just because you don't agree with them 100% of the time. The far leftists and progressives, at least the modern day ones. So now, moderates like me, moderates. Like in the same, I would consider myself a moderate independent in the same lane as RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Rogan, Bill Maher, the moderates, the centrists. I would consider myself in that lane. But guess what? Now this is where Trump comes in. This is where he plays brilliant strategy, right? This is where he comes in. Now, since the leftist, far left progressives has alienated the moderate centrist independents, Trump comes in and picks up the pieces. He picks up where they left off. He picks up, he's trying to expand the base. He's trying to appeal to that same voter base that the far leftist has alienated. Trump is trying to appeal to them now, especially with his recent interview with Elon Musk. He's definitely trying to appeal to the independents, moderates, and centrists, people like myself and the swing voters, Tulsi Gabbard. And speaking of Tulsi Gabbard, he even recruited her for debate prep after she masterfully burned and ended Kamala's campaign during the 2019 Democratic primary. She single-handedly ended her campaign when she revealed that she has locked up 1,500 black men for marijuana violations, and she's supposed to be a champion for criminal justice reform. So since she exposed that, she has sunk her campaign, and the Democrats now has disowned Tulsi ever since, which is now she's made her way over to the other side. She's now a reporter. She's now a contributor on Fox News now. So this is symbolic to what the far left progressives are doing to the moderates and centrists and independents like myself. They alienate us to leave Trump to pick up the pieces and appeal to our voter base now. And he's doing it masterfully with that interview with Elon Musk and Tulsi Gabbard and Joe Rogan endorsing him, and Bill Maher may not be too fond of him, but you could listen to Bill Maher and tell that he's not on board with the far left progressives on their agenda either. So, and plus, how can you be on board with the far left progressives with Kamala Harris if she did not earn not one vote? After Tulsi Gabbard sunk her campaign in 2019, she did not get not one single vote in the Democratic primary of 2019-2020. She did not get not one single fucking vote. And now, all of a sudden, she gets to run for president? She gets to fail? How she failed during the primary of 2019, and now she gets to run for president? All because we had a dysfunctional, cognitively impaired president, Biden. Because of that, now everybody has to settle for Kamala. Now you gotta stick Kamala down our throats. During her vice presidential tenure in the Biden administration, she has not proven us anything why she deserves to run for president. She has not proven anything. She has not proven to the American people why she deserves to run for president. And now the Democratic establishment stick her down our throats. You have Bill Clinton. You have Barack Obama. You have Michelle Obama giving endorsements to her when she did not earn not one single vote. She wasn't even in the primary earlier this year. She wasn't even in the primary. She did not earn not one single vote. She failed miserably in 2019. Did not get not one single vote in 2019, and then she gets to get promoted to run for president. Nah. That's exactly why the conservatives was calling her a DEI vice president, and because a coalition of black women has bribed Biden into picking Kamala, into picking a black woman to be the VP anyway. So she did not earn out one thing, and that is exactly why I agree with the conservatives when they say that she is a DEI vice president, and now she is a DEI Democratic presidential nominee for the upcoming election. She is a DEI candidate. DEI vice president. She went from a DEI vice president to a DEI Democratic candidate that is going to lose the election because of failed strategy, because of failed economic ideas like price controls that has never worked, If Nixon tried it, who was a much better vice president to Eisenhower than she was to Biden, if a more talented politician couldn't enact price controls, has failed implement price controls, will make you think she could do it. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's my analysis. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and that will conclude my video. Okay? I will catch y'all in my next video. Peace.